Hello everybody and welcome here to the Asian Dota Championships. We're here in what can be classed as the semi-finals. It is the last player before we actually find out who versus Nirvana Malaysia. They are the top team for the end of the ADC, but because we have a Chinese team and a Singapore team to come through here, Scythe as well as LGDsgty, they are your two teams to actually play it out. We have been here for almost an hour and 22 minutes now. That was actually rather precise for an almost. To actually find an appropriate host spot. This is as close as we're going to get, so there will be a small issue with a couple of players spiking, but apart from that we should be okay. And without further ado, we're going to jump ourselves straight into the game. In fact, whoops, if I actually hit that correctly, we're actually going to bring up your drafting. So, up on the screen, you can see LGDsgty will be our captain for LGD, banning Ancient Apparition first up. And for Scythe, HY will be there as a Scourger, and he has banned out Weaver as their first ban to start with. So obviously he enjoys Syndra's tactic spree and says, you know what, I really hate that Weaver, let's remove him from the game. So he has been taken out of the game. Also wish to actually point out the fact that you will actually understand that I'm casting alone tonight. Oh, I should say this morning. Due to the fact that Slash as well as Syndra have been unavailable and Shadowcruise can't be reached. So yeah, my three main co-hosts are all AFK is the best way of putting it. They are not at their keyboards. To explain that for all the lame guys out there. Alright, so we should actually be pretty good to go. Oh, I should actually just drop the levels. I think I'm actually spiking up a little bit. I'd like to give a big shout out there to all the guys who are currently sitting there in the CyberGamer TV chat. You have made your way over to the website at cybergamertv.com. is where I post up everything here. And Mr. Al just letting me know that I'll actually be the saver for this evening. So hold on to your pants, boys and girls. This could be rather interesting. But it should be okay. Like, seriously, don't fear. I'm a pro saver. We're all good. Alright, so Doombringer taken as well as Pugner. They are our two bands coming out from here. This is a best of 3 as well, guys. So if you haven't actually got warm cocoa or a large amounts of caffeine, I have my own ginger beer to keep me going through this one as well. So yeah, we could be in here for a while. With the amount of time this game has actually run over so far, more than likely we won't be shoutcasting BP versus GGNet later on tonight, which is the Farm for Fame Pick League match, which is kicking off. So we won't actually have that one on tonight, but you've got ADC. You got the best in Singapore, and the best in Singapore in form as well. These guys are giving us a lot of hope. In saying that, last time when we actually shoutcast a match with Slash, that was up against, oh, come on, Brain will actually register for me, either that or just looking at it at A on MUFC. They did look a little bit rickety at the end of the second game, just lost a little bit of focus. As far as like their general gameplay has actually gone, it's been pretty impressive. Like there's very hard to actually fault a lot of things in the game. So let's see how they actually tested. Getting put up against a Chinese team is always a test, let alone LGD. They have a massive reputation. Even through the big China shuffle which has happened recently, they are still a formidable opponent. You're freaking Sean on the team. It's like, yeah. But yes, so we are looking to get through our drafts and bans. As you can see up now, up on the screen, we have actually lost Visage. Doombringer got taken out as well, but Waffling banned out by HY. Just removing any of those massive farm-intensive heroes, which are just completely OP. Weaver of late has been slightly feared by a lot of people. Not massively feared. Just one of those ones where it's like, he's actually really good, but no one's ever played him enough to actually say, oh my god, did he just basically just wipe out the ADC? Nothing like that has actually happened yet. So as far as fear goes for that hero, it's more just a HY just doesn't like it. However, one hero did actually get through the ban pool, and that was Batrider, and it's picked up first by HY. So that's going to be the first one to come out there. Boys in chat have been fun with each other. So yes, HY is currently picking up Batrider. We do jump back over to SemiFinal. So HY did actually have the first pick, and if you are new to the world of Dota, welcome as to starting. If you have like randomly stumbled across the CyberGamer network channel and gone, oh wow, I wonder what this actually is. What's this game called Dota? What an amazing game. Is that the game which started off 2 other games and now will actually morph itself into Dota 2? Yes, it actually is. But basically we have 1 pick from HYHY, and we have 2 from ZMSJ, 1 more to actually cap off the 3 from HYHY, and 1 extra one from ZMSJ as well, and then we have 2 more bans. Then 2 more picks. Very, very simple. 5 heroes is what we actually need, and ZMSJ picks up Invoker as his first pick coming up here, as well as SF. Wow, show your hand at half and a mark here. That is pretty freaking impressive for half. Oy vey. Okay, let's have a look at this. Invoker, one of those heroes which has been, like, massively... Oh, yes, ES. How did he miss the ban pool? How the hell did they let Koi get ES? Okay, SF, great hero. Everybody knows him. I don't even need to explain him. Invoker, if you've only just joined the Dota scene over the last couple of months, well, yeah, she's been missing the last couple of months. Invoker is just one of those heroes now which everybody wants. He is just that all-round player. And LGD, getting the timing right for Invoker's spells, if anyone can really do it, the Chinese generally master it pretty easily. So they do actually have him up. And HYHY have ES and VS as their last 2 picks in this first picking phase. And of course, you know the Koi and Roy will be right on top of that one. Those 2 guys. It's like they hold hands. Their names hold hands themselves. Actually, I wouldn't be surprised if they're actually a couple. Actually, I would be surprised. They're not a couple. I'm not saying that, Bush. I'm not saying that. I love it how Grandma is like saying, oh, your early ES ban, because someone actually asked me to predict the bans and picks for this one, and I literally said, you know what Koi's playing? ES should not appear in this game. We've seen over the last 2 ADC matches just how powerful ES is in the hands of Koi. He is just one of those guys that just like, you know what? Frickin' Fissure, here's my ulti, cop it all. That's it. Even to the point of like, there was a group battle up on top and his Fissure actually blocked everybody off. And I think it was a Potter managed to leap herself away, but the ES ulti popped off at exactly the right time that it still got most of the creep wave, but actually followed off with the AoE for it and actually managed to wipe out 2 heroes. I was like, oh my god, he's like freaking amazing. As far as like man love goes, then yeah, you could literally go for that one. Tidehunter did actually come up, by the way, as the last pick for ZMSJ, so completing their lineup will be Invoker, SF, and Tidehunter for the first 3. We do head ourselves into the bans once again. As far as the lanes go for all this, obviously Tidehunter will be there as a babysitting role. Want to get onto level 6 though. I do actually really hate all Tidehunters who just sit there on the sides, like, oh, splash. That's it. They have nothing else. Tidehunter is just one of those heroes where if you don't get him up to Ravage, if his splash isn't leveled, if he doesn't get his Bullying Dagger up to actually make the most of his Ravage, which is his ultimate, which stuns everything on the screen, like literally everything on the screen is stunned from him as the epicenter. If he doesn't get that up, if he doesn't get in the right position, it's a useless hero. Like some heroes like Enigma, they're really great because you can actually farm up neutrals, you can use conversions, you can push yourself out, and then you have your ultimate black hole. Difference, however, with Enigma is his is a channeling spell. As far as Tidehunter goes, it's a one-off hit, massive spikes come out of the ground, you get impaled in the ass kind of style. So yeah, he is just one of those guys that hopefully LGD will show me exactly why he should be actually picked in this game. I'm always a little bit iffy about him. Syndron's always for him. But yeah, I'm a little bit iffy about him. So ZMSJ, prove me wrong. Prove me wrong. Alright, HY has removed out CM. Took a while to actually do so as well. Actually add into a little bit of his extra time to do so. Storm Spirit was also taken out by ZMSJ. So just removing that ganking power. And as far as like the heroes actually go, HY really enjoys his Storm Spirit as well. If you haven't seen HY play a Storm Spirit, check out later replays. There'll be tons of them up on GoToGamers.net. So check all those guys out. Of course, a big shout out to everyone who's actually watching from GoToGamers.net. We are embedded up there. Of course, a bigger shout out to everyone there in the CyberGamer TV chat. If you are live here with us, it's great to actually have you here. And if you are watching this VOD as well, that's right, you can find us everywhere. On YouTube, well done. And welcome to the first Dota full-length VOD, which now has to be posted up there. Yes, right, we finally managed to get the channel to give us a full-length VOD upload. So, yes, guys, Dota no longer has to be in 7 pieces for an epic game. Yeah. Okay. And what else we got? Well, I'm actually not completely looking at the screen, just basically talking to you guys. Lion has been banned out by HY. Interestingly, actually, hero to actually banned out. He's taken out a couple. He's just literally taken out 2 supports. ZMSJ still has Witch Doctor in the field though, so that's easy enough to pick up, unless HY goes for that one. You still have Batrider, and as far as like the Scythe lineup goes, they haven't been going carry heavy. They do like to go for their 3 main supports, and then ES, of course, he gets a hell of a lot of fun, so he is actually a useful hero once he gets his Blink Dagger up as well. But to actually go with a Batrider and then go with somebody else on top of that as a big carry, like we're talking like a Deuce or a Dro Range or someone like that can do out that damage. And as far as your initiation goes, you've basically already got it. You've got it from Batrider, he's got himself a lasso, and of course the napalm, sticky as all freaking hell and hard to run away from. VS has his swap as well as his stun. ES has his double stun from the totem as well as the fissure that will come out. Necrolite being banned by ZMSJ, and that was actually one of the heroes which Scythe actually played in the earlier ADC match as well, to actually use Necrolite as trying to keep everybody alive, and it actually worked pretty damn well. So yeah. As far as this match, he won't be appearing, so it won't work at all. HY, he is now into his first pick. So let's see how it goes. Will he actually pick up Witch Doctor or try and grab one support heroes? Lich is still in the lineup as well, can't forget him. Lich and Witch Doctor are basically the last 2 preferred support heroes of late. There are still a couple other ones out there. Nothing's coming to mind right now, apart from like Shadow Priest, because I just put him up on the screen for myself. But there's a couple of heroes which can play support. Alchemist has actually missed the lineup as well. As in all bans, all picks, and he's just been one of those guys too, which a lot of people want to go with. And as far as LGD's lineup, they probably won't go with Alchemist unless they intend this game to actually go longer than 40 minutes here. And someone's actually throwing up Troll Warlord for some unknown reason. What are we actually shoutcasting? South African Dota? I think they're the only guys who really enjoy him. Actually, that's not true. I was playing on Board Aussies the other night on the IDL. I was like, oh yeah, Troll Warlord, solo mid, so strong. And HY pulls out Broodmother. Managed to avoid the frickin' ban pull. Broodmother I'm not quite sure about though. Broodmother, while a good pick and a very good pushing hero, is going to actually have a bit more of a hard time. And Dwarven Sniper comes out of HY's last one, so their final lineup with Batrider, ES, VS, Broodmother, and Dwarven Sniper. ZMSJ did pick up Windrunner as his 4th, with his 5th to still come. He's got 60 seconds for that one, so hopefully I can pick it straight away so I have time to talk about this. But the fact Broodmother got picked up, you look at Invoker, SF, Tidehunter, Lich now comes off as well as Windrunner. Now Windrunner, Invoker, and SF can demolish that push very easily, and if Lich's ulti gets off, then all hell is going to break loose. Now we'll actually jump ourselves straight into the main game, so there you go guys. So you don't have to look at my ugly mug for anymore, and we actually have this first match of the best of 3 coming off for Scythe versus LGDsgty. Is that now I start to lag? Oh yeah, well done. Hopefully that will dissipate. Yeah, it's just a little bit of a spike as Invoker's resources are loaded. They take a hell of a lot of resources to actually load Invoker into the game. Gotta love it. Push that Warcraft 3 engine all the way to the edge. ZMSJ already going out here with Sentry Wars and Obs Wars. Now this is instantly why I'm a little bit iffy about Broodmother being picked of late. Just because the second you put out a Sentry Ward, you can gank so easily. All ZMSJ has to wait for now is to find out where that Broodmother is going to go. He will be solo mid by the looks of it. Sharky will play Broodmother. Roy is up there on the top as VS. And there is Koi, the big... I'm going to zoom in on this guy just because this guy here is going to make or break the game for Scythe. It is just literally the most greatest initiating hero, but it's just the worst one if they get it wrong too. But that will be babysitting those 2 support heroes, VS and ES, supporting Yamatar as the Dwarven Sniper up there on the top lane. Bottom lane will be HY playing as the Batrider. Batrider actually not a bad solo, mainly because he does have that Fire Blast, which just comes out and just basically, well, can easily get the last hit, but he's got to get the timing right for it, but that shouldn't be too hard. Bottom lane for LGD. Stars AU is going to be himself down there, playing as Windrunner. He'll be supported by CH, playing as Tidehunter, and we do have ZMSJ playing as our Lich. Has dropped down 1 Obs War, but no Sentry Wars, but that big spider web in the middle is going to tell the SF, which is amazing, which is Sean, guys. It's Sean. It's Sean. That is our big SF in there in the middle. So basically, who you'd class as probably the best player in LGD right now. We're playing as that. We have YYF though. He will debate that one. Up on the top lane, look at Roy. He just like, yep, cool. My haste rune, piss off. That's simple. While that's happening, Yamatar getting the free farmer up on the top lane. Broodmother keeping that SF pushback as well. Got to be careful. He knows that haste rune is up there. And just to actually give a little bit more intimidation there, amazing pushback by that Broodmother. Broodmother not going to actually push out too far. She almost thought that was almost an incapacitating bite, which came out for just a moment. And will you not get a kill? Bottom lane, she got the kill there on HY. So I apologise, guys. Missed that one. And we'll actually have a save game coming out. Alright, so it is 1-0 into that one. So the gank was on the bottom lane, which you do kind of expect, though, with the 3 heroes going down. I apologise for actually missing that one. The eyesight is not what it normally is at 4 AM in the morning. But yeah, it's really, really hard for Batrider to get in close. Anyone to get in close to this one. Like, you look at the lineup right now, HY, he's being very, very aggressive down there in the bottom lane against Windrunner, who does just literally have a, well, by this point, a level 2 shackle shot to actually toss off right now. SF, amazing. He is currently down the hill. Lich and Tidehunter waiting to come through. There's the ES visual waiting for. Amazing. Chorn is actually in trouble, trying to fall himself back, going up the river. Tidehunter's going to come up as well, but we do see Koi gets the hit there in that middle lane. We will lose VS. Oh, will we? No, yes, we do. SemiFinal comes through, puts down the Nova, and make sure he stays on top of it. Sharky harassing off a little bit more. ES actually has the invis off. In comes the fissure. Is there enough? And Koi wants to actually dive a little bit further, getting a little bit damaged there by SemiFinal, but SF does TP himself back in towards the middle lane, still all ready to go. And also SemiFinal, now that he's in that middle lane, has dropped down that sentry wall, so there is nowhere for Broodmother to hide. Even if he thinks he's hiding, he's actually not, funnily enough. So we'll see if Sharky has actually tuned on to the fact that that sentry wall has dropped. ES and VS hanging around this middle lane, while Tidehunter, as well as... oh, no, Tidehunter's going to hang around that middle lane, but Lich has long gone. SemiFinal has actually headed himself down towards the bottom lane, which is what they need to do. They need to give SF that little bit of space to breathe. And with Broodmother just there on the front lines. Amazing. Not harassing him back just yet. Now he's harassing him back, so Sharky is definitely completely aware of the fact he has nowhere to hide. ES and VS going to be on top of that one. They've got to get that de-warding out there. At the moment, there's only one Ob Toward on top of the Vengeful Spirit, but heading up towards that top lane, we'll grab the pull. Looking like a couple of ogres to feed the farm of Yamatar there on the top lane. Yamatar going to be very, very dangerous. That Invoker, once he gets level 6, that Assassination is so easy to actually spam out. Drops down the health levels, and well, after that point, you just go, you know what? I have no life. I can't stay forward. I have to move back, and Yamatar can then just kill you from there. Roy still keeping that pull going with the VS, and obviously Invoker will be completely aware of what's actually happening. Going, yep, okay, I lost the creep wave, he's hugging the tower, I can't move forward, and even then I've got to be scared of when VS wants to move out. Lich moving back down there on the bottom line, so they must have harassed Batrider back a little bit there. Yeah, HY, just flaming himself out of trouble. Either that or he just doesn't like Greenpeace. So Sharky's still there in the middle lane, and amazing forced onto the opposite side here. We'll check out the CS scores in just a moment too, because I want to see how that battle's actually going there in the middle lane. Even with the kills that have come out at 2-1 so far in favour of LGDsgty, why it is still not an easy task for that SF to farm up this mid lane when he doesn't actually know what's happening. And Sharky's staying on the high ground too, so that the sentry ward actually doesn't get the vision up towards that top there, so he doesn't even know if Sharky is actually still there, which is also a dangerous thing too. And Sharky almost up to level 6. He'll have that insatiable hunger he gets, which is an ultimate, which basically gives him massive attack, extra speed, as well as that massive lifesteal, which he actually gets. That's a big creep wave pushing in through the top. Mid actually goes on. ES Fissure goes through. Chorn trying to fall himself back right now. Sharky, does he have a web? He has a web. He wipes out the entire area and then runs himself out very, very fast. And Tidehunter, actually, Tidehunter's got to be careful. That insatiable hunger will actually be up now. He has enough mana to actually pump that one off too, so got to be very, very careful. Invoker push back on the top lane. Magic Missile goes off. YYF getting caught out right now. Sharky actually did get done there by SemiFinal, so Lich must have come and actually help there. The biggest problem for top lane, though, is the fact that Invoker has a permanent invis, and all this top lane is going to die very, very easily. Not the last hit for Yamatar, so very, very hard to do that with a massive creep wave like he actually had, but still, SemiFinal actually managed to pick up Sharky. That's actually a very, very decent kill to actually get that kill, put Sharky back just a little bit further there as Broodmother. HY force back. Lich. Actually, Lich, one of those heroes which has been playing as support a hell of a lot, but also if you actually watch a lot of European Dota, he's been playing as a solo Lich a hell of a lot. So get him up to that carrying position, get him up to level 6 as fast as he possibly can, and actually at level 11 even then to actually pop that ulti up to level 2. And yeah, that's actually a hell of a lot better for him. So 3-2 is where we're currently sitting. Top tower's gone. We're still pushing out this top right now. And YYF, he has that invis up his sleeve, but VS is hanging around there. No wars on VS at the moment, which is slightly surprising, but this tier 2 tower will go down. So 6-minute mark, and we already have 2 tier 2 towers. Well, we already have the tier 2 tower pushed down the top lane. There goes the destroying the tower. Does actually go to Roy, playing as our VS. A little bit of money for support hero, which I do completely agree with too. Get that money on the back of the support hero. Of course, SF, he's going to try and steal that money straight back again. One race has gone off. He needs another 2 to get this one. Coming up a little bit closer. Wants to get the short range, then the long range. There's the short. Is there a long? No, he does it with a normal attack damage. And Yamatar will get caught out as well. Big tornado flies himself up in the air, but YYF does get the last hit on the back of that one. So LGD do manage to actually get a little bit back now. As I see a little bit of spam going off as Batrider will manage to escape himself out. Just delaying that save a couple of seconds until he was actually free of that. So 6 minutes and 51 seconds into it, we have 5-2 in favour of LGD. In saying that though, like tier 1 tower full health, tier 1 tower, well, it's half health, tier 1 tower full health. That's Scythe's position right now. And as far as that position actually goes, that's actually pretty freaking sweet. They still have a great ganking lineup, which is allowing them to actually do this, but the fact they've got the pushing power of Broodmother, as well as now up to level 7, is going to be very concerning here for LGD to try and stay on top of these lanes. And HY and Roy both lagging up. Wow, I'm really, really glad I actually could put that save game out. But this is not good right now, as nope, they're both staying in the game, so we're both fine. Save game was recently too, so no need to actually do another one for that one, but nope. I am corrected. Sharky wants a save game, so we will give him that. Looks like a bit of a formation coming up towards middle as well as the Sentinel side preparing themselves to actually attack that middle lane. ES is in the neighbourhood. Look at that ward coming out there from Roy, just keeping vision of anyone who's going to come up behind. And in fact, oh, SemiFinal, he's going to walk into this. No, he's not. He puts his own ward down and then sees the ES and VS rotating themselves down. Oh, what a ward to save lives. Raw goes out and they will move themselves back there. HY actually pinging over 600 just then. Wow. So everyone's having a couple of fun troubles. Batrider falling himself back on the bottom lane. Power shot goes over the top. 1 hit, 2 hit. HY move back into it. It could have been the lag that done that, but he would not have been happy with that one. And Lich does get the kill. He probably wouldn't have actually escaped from that one if Lich actually kept the standard attacks actually happening through. But even then, a bit of a distraction because now mid's being pushed here by Dwarven Sniper as well as, wow, VS, ES Fissure saving his life or not really. Locked him in there with Chorn playing in under the tag of amazing. So 2 actually get the kill there. Scatter shot going off there in the middle lane from Yamatar. Just trying to slow this advance from the Sentinel side, but they do just move themselves around the area. No dust, no wars, so Sharky can have a great old time there in that middle lane. Interesting to see Sharky also playing that middle lane and allowing the Dwarven Sniper to push out that top lane of all places too. So it's an interesting way of actually going, you know what, we're going to put SF up against Broodmother there in the middle lane. We will check the CS scores. I did promise we'd do that, but Sharky, he's just like waiting. Like a freaking cat just stalking a pigeon. Of course, that is a undead shadow fiendy of a pigeon, but that's not actually the point. Bottom line gets ganked. You can't even see that one coming in with Lich going to come straight from the side and Star AU. Once he gets that shackle shot off, Roy still sitting back at the tower. Don't even want to be part of that one. Also, now it looks like Broodmother getting herself caught out just a little bit too far off. Munches on a tango. Tries to actually catch up a little bit further. There was YYF playing as the Invoker. Let's have ourselves a little bit of a look at the CS scores, see how both the teams are actually going for this one. We have 52 for 16 coming out for Star AU. He is the solo winner on the bottom lane, so you do expect that one. YYF playing as the Invoker, 23 for 1. 19 for 4 is our mid-solo SF. Going up against him is a 30 for 4. That is Sharky playing as the Broodmother Star. Definitely out-farming him, but not out-farmed. Ooh, it's actually pretty damn close. 51 for 6 for Yamatar. He has got 1 death to his name, and Star AU has actually got 2 kills to his name. So that's not going to help him, and 5-0 is the way it actually goes. We'll save after this one. If you are currently listening in here, Al, is Sharky trying to fall himself back, ready to try and push him for these lanes. So we will actually put another save game out. They are really, really wanting to make sure they don't lose anything right now. But this mid looks like it's about to be pushed. The Frost Armor is going up. waiting for the right time. Broodmother push back past the tower, while we see, well, even Batrise just farming himself up a couple of creep camps to try and get himself up on top of this farm. But there are 4 heroes who have actually put themselves up here by LGD, ready to push themselves in towards mid lane. Fissure slows them down once again, and this is not exactly what they want. But look at Sharky just sitting there on the edge there. We'll actually have a go at Invoker. No hunger, just doing it the old-fashioned way. He's going to push himself back a little bit further, and Invoker now pulling up himself a Soul Ring, as well as phase boost completed. And I will actually save the game now. Yeah, screw it. We're going to call it 10. So 8-2. 8-2. 10 minutes and 51 seconds into this game so far. Hopefully you boys are all enjoying the Shoutcast as well. If you hadn't noticed, it's just me tonight. We have lost our co-commentators for this evening. They are not available at the moment. Looks like Scythe actually building up here in the middle lane too. We've got Batrider and ES. The amazing ES, Coin, who I would almost class as my favourite player of this tournament. Not that I have favourites, because Shoutcast are completely independent. Sharky pushing out this middle lane too, so you've got to be very, very careful once those Broodlings come down. It's all bait though. Invoker is just hanging around the corner waiting for this one. Actually, they're going to go. The flame has gone off. In comes Tidehunter. Splash goes off on HY. TP support will actually come in from Mr. Blue. I say Mr. Blue, he is actually the blue TP scroll, and that is Lich. And he is all ready to actually fight this one off. And Scourge falling themselves back, just trying to pull them from the other lanes right now. VS down there on the bottom lane. Windrunner still free farming that bottom lane, which is something which they can't allow to actually happen. But then again, you can't allow Yamatar to free farm up the top lane either. So it's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other. Sharky with that Ogre racks up too. Looks like he just wants to go straight for BKB off the cuff. Poor man's shield also up, so merely blocking so he can actually farm up. HY once again just sticking himself inside the neutrals, waiting for a bit of farm. There's ES and Dwarven Sniper now coming towards the mid lane. Yamatar. It's always dangerous when you put these 2 heroes. You have 2 level 9s, the two big heroes here for Scythe Gaming. It is Sharky as well as Yamatar staying on top, and HY and Roy once again lagging up a little bit. So just a massive, massive spike coming down towards their end. So you ever worry about the host spots? Now in comes the Tornado. Does send the Dwarven Sniper up in the air. SF trying to get a little bit closer. Attacking up towards the high ground. Another great ES Fissure. It is a illusion room which did get actually popped off there by Yamatar. Dust flies off. They're trying to keep on track with Broodmother. Ultimate from Lich goes through, but the power shot there from Windrunner coming right over the top was enough to do the damage. And Yamatar's illusions will be cleaned up, as well as the tier 1 tower in the middle lane, as LGD fighting back for this map position. They are there. ES Fissure goes off once again, just holds them back, destroys the creep wave. Lich on very, very low HP right now, and that is not where she wanted to be. She is 1 Fissure away from actually dying. VS still free farming the bottom lane right now of all interesting things to actually see. Glyph pops off. ES Fissure goes off in that middle lane. There's that Soul Ring. That's why he can pop off so many of them as well. Not to mention he's got those magic wand charges up his sleeve, so every single time an enemy casts a spell, he gets himself a bit of a charge. And now they will fall themselves back, so 9-2. As far as like map position goes, Scythe holding the control at the moment. Still haven't lost a single tier 1 tower, and have claimed the tier 1 and tier 2 on the top lane, and still have a Broodmother pushing power up their sleeve to actually use later on in the day. As far as kills go, 9-2 actually goes, and the CS scores as well, I'm pretty sure, will all go the way of LGD. Look at Star, 78 for 20 right now. 71 for 8 on the back of Yamatar. Once again, as I said, he does have that 1 Death Star as those 2 kills up his sleeve, as well as 2 assists as well. But the money is balanced out by the tower kills. Yamatar didn't actually get, I don't think he actually got either of the tower kills. Massive farm up there on the top lane though, up to 2100. Sharky actually managed to destroy the tower in the mid by the looks of it, and Lich does come up. Bit of Dark Ritual is all he manages to do while watching that tower die, but Sharky, there's 1 tower to actually help him complete his eyes, but 200 gold for everybody else on the team, so actually going to be very, very happy with that one. Looks like Dwarven Sniper has actually bought up as well. We've got Treads. He should actually have more than that. Treads in the bottle, so I'm guessing something is actually back in the main base, or on the Crow, which is flying out somewhere. We'll find him in just a moment. Damn, HY just pulling every single creep camp in the book right now. Sharky wants to move up the mid game. Once again, we haven't seen, I don't think a single sentry ward. They've just decided to go with Dust for now, but they don't even worry about a sentry ward. There hasn't been any real de-warding that's come out from Scythe. It's just the fact that Sharky has just been playing a good position game, sitting up on the high ground, sitting inside the webs. We've also got to note too, the webs have been randomly positioned again. He doesn't have any on his side of the river. They're all spread out on the opposite side. They all want to be aggressive right now, and knowing that LGD now ready to push themselves out, as I said, well, that's a big fat-ass web right here, wanting to actually defend. But Sharky, as far as levels go, I don't think I've seen a single broodling come out of him. So none of the spiderlings have actually popped out. So maybe just going full focus fire, give me an insatiable hunger. And spin web goes up to level 4. And for him, he just wants everywhere on the map to have a web. So that's 8 webs in total he can actually plant around the map. Ooh, there's a bit of a spike for myself. Yamatar up there on the top lane, now TPing out. There goes the spin. Oh, what a perfect time. They knew he went into the trees, and 1 hit, 2 hit, and they do manage to gank off Yamatar up there on the top. Good speed as well. Those phase boosts just giving that little extra burst to YYF to stay on top of that one. While I say that one, looks like Roy managed to claim a kill here in the middle lane. Shackle shot does go off, holds VS in place, as looks like that must be the insatiable hunger. ES only, there it goes once again. Koi, he just knows the right time to pop that one off. Off we go. Tornado does fly up here, so VS does take a little bit of a trip into the air. Stars AU does get stunned off here, and well, there's the Spiderling. That's only a very low Spiderling to do that little bit of damage to that Windrunner, but the Shackle shot holding Sharky in place for more than enough time for YYF to get that kill off. And there's 3 Scourge heroes going down from that one, and that was 2 on the top and 2 on the bottom, 2 in the mid. So that's me saying saving in words that is not English. So 12-4. 12-4 is currently where we're sitting. 16 minutes and 18 seconds into this game. LGD, everything is hitting for them right now. CS scores are looking good. The kill count's looking good. Map control not looking amazing. They've only claimed 1 tier 1 tower, and that was on the bottom lane. And Batrider's back down there farming it. That was Windrunner who actually pushed out that bottom lane. Very easy to do. Looks like TP support's coming in here. 1 TP. Splash goes off there by CH. So HY. Can't realise he's in over his head. The flame behind, though, will actually stop CH from actually coming anywhere near that. If he gets close, he'll be like, oh, crap, I'm going to get my ass burnt off. Crow flying out. Have we actually got a link in the air? No, Mythic Staff. Ooh. Interesting build actually coming out here from the Windrunner. Imagine to pick up an Ultimate Orb as well as a Mystic Staff. So going straight for Gwinsu. So I saw Mystic Staff and actually thought Shiva's Gar straight off the gut. I'm like, what the hell am I thinking? But we actually see Ultimate Orb and Mystic Staff coming up. So Windrunner going for Gwinsu. Some people actually prefer the Orc to the Malevolence. Gwinsu for me is always a little bit better. Ooh, Exort up to level 1. But yeah, Gwinsu, one of those great disables, and they need that too to try and shut down these heroes. If they get themselves caught out, make sur they can't retreat themselves out. And basically, Windrunner will have more than enough time to do enough DPS as well. And they want to remove this one hero. Yamatar still free farming up there on the top lane. Yasha is on top of him. What's on the Crow right now? Nothing's on the Crow. Nothing's back at the main base as well, so they haven't bought up anything. But he will be trying to complete off that Manta Style as fast as he possibly can. Still got a little bit to go before he actually gets there, but while he's still free farming this top lane, he'll be fine. Dying on the top is not exactly what he wanted before as well, so that has set him back. Probably about another 2 minutes in his in the grand scheme of things. HY, really, that's a double creep camp. I'm wondering if he actually did that himself to get the pull, and then managed to actually bring in the trolls as well. But straight over, it's even just walking on top of the Firefly is just so damn damaging. And it is such a fast way of farming up as well. Dust on top of him, 1600. He's trying to save up for that Blink Dagger right now. And once he gets that, then the initiation can actually come the way of Scythe. At the moment, it's going the way of LGD. And Warfisher, once again, comes off here by Koi, just slowing them down. Soul Ring does pop off as well, giving him that mana. He can sacrifice his life. He's got more than enough for that one. Even that Intel Treads coming out from our Earthshaker. He does actually prefer to actually go that one too. It was something that Slash was actually commenting on before about some ESs that prefer to go the Arcane Boots, or they'll go for their face so they can get themselves into position a lot faster. Koi, he's just like, you know what, Soul Ring Intel, just give me the pure Intel and I'll be a happy chappy. Mid tower should actually go down here too. Glimp does fire off to actually give him a bit of time. But YYF does get the last hit there too. So now falling themselves down, Sharky moving himself towards that bottom lane. Might try and push out this tier 1 tower and take out all these front towers of LGD. This is going to be the point where Scythe have to actually really go, okay, do we get initiation off? How do we go? Ooh, actually, Hooded Defiance actually completed right now as Yamata got ganked up there on the top lane. Sorry, it was with 3 heroes. Jumped down towards the bottom lane. Nah, Yamata will be down there. That's where Stars win the entire game. Nope, it's up there on the top lane. But Hooded Defiance actually completed on Batrider too. So we decided to actually say, you know what? I'll just run myself in there and take care of the rest. Actually, fire flying around the edge right now. Oh, this could be bad. He does come in from the high ground. Where's that lasso? There's that lasso. ES wants to get himself in position. Totem goes. Amazing Warden to go for the ultimate. Doesn't actually, can't get it off. There's enough stun to come out there. Koi chained the totem as well as the fissure to get it all off there. SemiFinal tried to come back up there, but wow, Chorn getting himself caught out at the wrong time. As I say, that mana leaking Sharky on that bottom lane, he's not enjoying that one at all. Well, we should be okay. There's Obs and Sentry Wars coming out from Roy, so he's celebrating his victory with that one coming off. So we'll see a save game after that. Mainly because I'm doing it myself. 13-5, 20 minutes into this game. This kill count does not reflect this game at all. Like, not a sausage, not even a sizzle. It's just such a different game right now. VS comes in towards the middle. Magic Missile goes off. He's just damaging this Tidehunter down. So Tidehunter will think twice about coming in a little bit closer to pop off his Ravish. Even then, maybe this is why HY is up on the high ground. He's not going to have a go yet because Windrunner's hanging around as well. And just hanging there in the invis. He's probably still got another 20 seconds left on that invis before he will be revealed. Ping's also coming off. They sent something because I think Windrunner actually ran into the invisible HY, so they're trying to keep tabs on it right now of what's going on. But even then, Stars.SG, he's a very far forward. HY having to fall himself back there. He doesn't have his ultimate up. 15 seconds before he gets that one back again. Invoke on the bottom lane. Pushing it out as far as he can. Doesn't want to go too far though. Sharky's going to have a great time. It's like a BKB recipe also brought up there by Brewmother. Heading himself up. I don't think he's got enough to actually finish that one off. In fact, definitely doesn't have enough to finish that one off. Oh no, I'm wrong. Am I wrong? I'm right. I'm right, I'm wrong. We'll find out. Anyway, Brewmother's going to sit back in the main base, just healing herself up, and then we'll run herself back out again. ES Fisher up there on the top lane. I mean, where you go? There's a freaking ES Fisher somewhere. And I was right. Yeah, doesn't have enough to actually finish it off, but has bought the recipe just in case he did actually die. Top lane, SF, still a long way out at the moment. Batrider still going on his farm, so there's that pull. So just in case you actually don't know how to do this one, pull the creep wave out. New one will actually spawn up now at the 22-minute mark. So there's actually 2 creep camps worth here now. You don't have to damage him, don't have to do anything, but it does actually expose him out here. Tidehunter, ooh, running around, ooh, has got the smoke in his seat for the first time actually appearing in this game. VS is hanging around the neighborhood as well, but they do come too close. Roar goes off, ES Fissure as well. Should actually be able to bring down Star here, while Yamata is getting ganked off here by Sean, but Roy in over his head, but Batrider flaming right on top of Star. SF does pop the ulti. It's not enough time for Batrider HY to get the kill off here. ES wants to come in close, but now he'll be sent up to the air. Magic Missile once again comes off from the side. Big ES ulti comes out, and Koi does manage to pick up a double kill from that one. The Roar and Magic Missile help that one. Is that a 4-star? It's a 4-star. YYF just jumps up on the top, but the big kills go to Chorn, knowing under the name of Amazing, picking up an ultra kill up there on the top. The only one not there was Sharky. He is down the bottom lane, just having a great old time, but 17-7. And that was the Scythe team getting wiped from the face of the earth. But in saying that, what a frickin' ES ulti. Could you even predict his ulti would be that freaking powerful? There was a big wave around here and just spread itself out. A lot of low heroes and low HP. But we just waited for the right time for that one. But still, they didn't come off the better of that one. As far as Scythe actually goes, that's not looking good for them, and they're going to lose this Tier 1 town more than likely. In saying that, bottom lane actually now being pushed out here. Tidehunter wants to go down, and what a smart play here. Ooh, is it? No, he's going to pull the Spiderlings back here. Actually have a go at CH. The web goes down. Oh, he is so screwed. He is so screwed. Tries to go down further, but Sharky now has more Spiderlings. Will easily push this wave. SF comes up, and he is going to get a ton load of money from doing this one right now. And from actually wiping out this creep wave. Sharky has nowhere to hide. The tower does actually reveal the invisible unit, so he will have to fall himself back there. But SF must have just got a bootload of gold. 700 from that one. We do actually see the blade up on him, as well as the BKB, which was actually, I think, completed during that last... Actually, no, it wasn't completed during that last battle. He had enough money after the Ultra Kills to actually purchase that one up. Blades were on there. I think it's just thinking about going Yash. It's like, oh, hang on, I just got an Ultra Kill. Sweet, I got enough money to buy everything I possibly want right now. As far as Dwarven Sniper goes, Ogrerak's on top of him, Yasha as well. So not really able to complete up any items he wants just yet. There's HY coming back to finish what he started. Get that double pull of the creep camp. I think he even actually got the pull up on the top while he was doing that too. HY has a hell of a lot of experience in this game. So yeah, you can never really underestimate HY in any game. There's Roy and Koi. They're literally brothers as far as support goes and ganking goes for the Scythe gaming team. These guys literally just join up any game possible. Go, you know what? You go support, I go support, let's gank. That's it. Whole game. We'll roam, we'll gank. Batrider now joining in the bottom lane too. And picked up a vitality booster of all things. He's really delaying. HY is really delaying that Blink Dagger, which is what makes Batrider so damn strong. Gwinsu on top of Windrunner is completed at 25 minutes as well on top of his face and still has 1600 gold here. Pops off his ultimate and look at this ES. He's hanging just on the side. Shackle goes off. ES now. Oh, he has the blink. He has the stun. He has everything else he needs. The Ravage goes off, buys them time, but not before they lose CH, as well as a great gank there. Star goes down. Yamatar, more importantly, picks up the last hits from that one, bringing him to a 3,000 gold bank account for a bit of spending money in the field of play. Sharky coming on towards the top lane now too, drops down the web and will have to fall himself back, but BKB pops off Insatiable Hunger. He wants to go for ZMSJ. He has no support. They had to fall back. He's caught by the creep wave. Oh no! He has Fisher trying to come through, but the creep wave was there. You could not go past it, and oh, that was just not what he wanted. Sharky is going to be very pissed off about that one. Tier 1 tower does get claimed on the bottom lane at least, so they do actually claim a little bit more life here for Scythe. And, oh wow, I can't believe that just happened. Tier 1 tower on the top lane does go down as well now. LGD claimed that one. Amazing. Chorn actually get that one. And I was just pointing out the fact that Yamatar does actually have 3.5k gold. I want to point out too, this is the new version of Dota. We're not still back in 6.60, we're in 6.7 something or other. Basically, there's a 4-minute cooldown and buyback, so you can't just save up gold to buy back. As now the TP comes in towards the top here, HY, he's on the job, destroying down the napalm as well, making sure everyone just comes a little bit more. But look at that range, with that armor frosting up as well too. We're freaking coating on the top from Lich. Now we see Koi. He might be able to pull this one off. Look for that blink. Look for that blink. There goes the fissure. Doesn't want to go for the blink. Big mana leak right on top. Batrider has absolutely nothing to cast anything right now. Double TP coming in towards the top. There goes the massive frost wall. Amazing. What a time for Oldie. But no VS gets into TP. Just in time to get the swap out. Does cancel it off. But there is enough of a damage that should come off to kill off Roy as Sharky manages to claim Lich off. ES fissure comes off. ES totem, sorry. Now the fissure actually comes in over the top. The amazing unstoppable streak is actually cancelled now. HY pops off the dust. Really staying on top of YYF, trying to retreat himself out right now. Sentinel have lost 2 from this battle, where we only see the Scourge losing 1, trying to keep themselves up. Wow, HY wishes he actually had a Blink Dagger right now, but luckily his teammate does too. Koi has 1, Scattershot goes, in comes everything else, and Yamatar once again picks up the last hit. And Yamatar is having an absolute field day. He must have bought up. Well, BKB is completed. He actually popped that one off during that battle just before up there on the top lane. But 19-13, Yasha is there, 27 minutes into this game, and we're having another save, dude. Well, definitely having another save game. Don't lose any of that battle. That is one big momentum changer here for Scythe. They're already holding a lot of the grounds now. And if Dwarven Sniper continues to get these last hits, and now we're going to throw a Roshan into the mix, if Dwarven Sniper gets 1 against the Immortal and 2 massive farm and that Mandasar completed, which once he actually kills off Roshan, he should be pretty damn close to actually finishing that off. Insatiable Hunger is going to keep Brewmother alive on the front lines. Interesting to see Brewmother not getting up of Vlad's. Sometimes Vlad's very preferred, considering all the Broodlings who actually pop out. Basically gain life every single time they attack. So it's a great power shot over the top there by Windrunner. So no Roshan is happening. But at the moment, Roshan is such a low life that they can't really do anything about it. So it is actually killed. Roshan goes down, and the Agassi Immortal goes onto the back of the Dwarven Sniper. Yamatar. Scythe Gaming looking very strong, but LGD also looking very close as far as like control goes for this game. Anything could happen. It's just these big group battles, and there's the Vanguard completed on HY. So Huda Defiance and Vanguard. It's a little bit more of a defensive Batrider, but still allows Batrider to live a lot longer during the fights. And when you have a hero like SF pumping pure damage into you, there is a reason why you get your Hood and Vanguard. A very large reason. especially considering the Lich ult is also going to bounce itself around as well, so you can be careful about that one. The Hooded Defiance will also take away a lot of that magic damage. I think it works as magic damage. Broodmother, BKB, Pommern Shield, ready to go here in the middle lane. Batride's lining himself up too. VS Roar goes off. Everyone's getting themselves ready. Smoker to see there's actually one charge is currently sitting up on top of Scythe. And just trying to go for that manly, trying to catch anybody out. And, well, Broodmother's there. ES Fisher just slowing down that wave once again. He's quite happy to pop that one up as much as he wants with that Soul Ring. He can always keep his mana up as high as he wants. That Blink Dagger. Ogre Axe as well gives me even more HP points, not to mention his regen speed, which comes out. Batrider just keeping tabs on the LGD team. And once again, HY and Roy lacking up a little bit here. So this is not exactly what we want to see. 19-13. So now coming up, off pops the Mantisar, which has been completed on Shadow Fiend before the 30-minute mark. And they will push out the top. And wow, VS has lost almost all her mana, I think. Yeah, about half of it, in fact. ES puts down the Fissure, slows them down. There goes those illusions, almost down to very, very low HP. Roar goes off once again, just pushing them back as the Terror drops the armor and basically allows everyone else to have an absolute field day, especially if HY gets that Napalm over the top and then burns their asses from there. Because they also be very, very careful right now, because Dwarven Sniper, you can kill him, but then he's just going to rape your ass back down again. And there's that Demon that he's managed to purchase up with 2,200 gold on top of Yamatar. He's getting really, really farmed up. This Dwarven Sniper is getting very much out of control right now. Be very, very careful not to let him get even more out. Invoker, how's he going? Soul Rings, 4 stuff on top of him, which he had before, which he actually used very effectively to get a lot of kills. 4 stuff, one of those great items, which makes the game very, very exciting for how you can actually move. Tidehunter. See, this is the problem we have with Tidehunter. What's he going to do in those big team fights? He's got Ravage. That's it. And does he actually have Ravage at the moment? Yes, all of these are actually off cooldown right now. So he does actually have that Ravage. Ready to push out this mid lane. Yamatar with the DD on top of him. This tower is going to take a crap load of damage right now. Shackle does go off, tries to hold him in place. They know this is bait though. Scythe though want to actually go for it, and they do manage to bring him down. Aegis Immortal does pop off. The BKBs, no oldies actually went off there by LGD. So that was all just pure damage. So the bait from Yamatar was not as much as he actually hoped it would. Glyph going to actually slow him down as well. This creep wave will actually die during this time. Batrider trying to hold on the high ground, move down from the high ground just the right time as well. As it's a ward from Scythe up there. I thought it might have actually been a ward from LGD. As you see Stardust run himself around, it's like, where is he? Where is he? Where is he? I know he's somewhere around here. 19-13 is where we're currently sitting, just 30 minutes into this game right now. Coming in from the side as Broodmother drops down a one hell of a web position. Opens up the entire space for him, tries to focus on top of Star. Is that Insatiable Hunger? Yes, it was. Now focusing, Dust goes off, spots off the Broodmother, and everything. Mana Leak, Tornado over the top as well. Broodmother still trying to fall back there, but won't be enough. Sharky actually gets wiped from this one. BKB from Dwarven Sniper has already popped off, trying to keep himself alive. Napalm slowing down the Tidehunter, drops down that splash. He's trying to stay on the front lines right now. HY now getting shackled. Tidehunter can use his arse to actually block HY's retreat. In fact, uses a Ravage, and ES very, very fast there in the blink to get himself away from that one, but they did not want HY escaping from that one. In saying that, a little bit of overkill for the Ravage, but they do manage to actually get him back out, and that is 2 heroes down for the Scourge right now. ES is still alive right now. VS hanging around in his Assassin's Shroud, hoping to actually pick off one hero, which is actually running towards him right now, YYF, but they will lose this tier 2 tower in the middle lane. Tornado just flying towards the middle lane right now. SemiFinal drops down the wall, wants to keep tabs on anyone moving out of that base. LGD probably won't try and push themselves out now. Just put a bit of pressure testing on the front doorstep of Scythe, see if they actually want to initiate on this one, or if, actually no, Manda pops off here from LGD, so they might be a little bit serious. There's actually a half-decent creep wave here. ES Fissure blocks them off right now, and that's a very, very, well, actually not as a tight gap as I thought. It's actually pretty open. Yamatar drops a scatter shot down. That will destroy off those mirror images. Not to mention him attacking, he's also going to do that as well. Look at that mana leak, holding him in place so he loses all his mana. Can't use that Assassinate to actually spam for everything. Interesting to see he's actually going for MKB, so going straight for the True Strike. Doesn't want anything to miss whatsoever. And Yasha, BKB, Mandastar, won't be too long before he actually completes that one off as well. But nice item competition coming out here. So the boys asking for the save game. Quite happy to oblige. 21 for 13. I actually completely agree as well with the boys in the chat that I think ES should be renamed to Koi. into this one. I don't, however, agree with what the fuck Japanese trying to say that Scythe are going to lose this game. Dude, seriously, if you're are you watching this stream? Like, seriously, are you watching this stream? Scythe are in no position where they're going to say, oh, they're going to bend over and just basically just take this in the arse. They are just... They have all the possibilities of pushing this out. They have Broodmother to give the pushing power, the DPS to actually come straight from Yamata. You then have a Batrider who can initiate like an absolute biatch. And once he gets that Blink Dagger up too, then nothing is going to stop HYHY from actually dictating the terms of the fight. You then have Koi and Roy. Roy with his stun, he's still doing nothing but warding by the looks of it. But Koi and Roy, who are there right on top of everything for the support. And then you throw it over to LGD, and there's looking good as well. You've got a BKB in Gwinsu and FaZe Boost on top of a Windrunner who's very, very fun up at level 18 for Star. He's been having a great game with the Shackle Shots, really making it for his team. And now Invoker, also getting himself farmed up a little bit more now. 3,000 gold on top of him. Interested to see what type of item build he does actually go for at the moment. At the moment he's got Soul Ring staff, 4 staff as well as Point Booster. Jump yourself around the rest of the LGD side, or actually don't have to jump yourself too far. Jump yourself straight towards the middle lane. And look at that Shadow Fiend, Manta, Eaglehorn, BKB. He wants to get that butterfly up as fast as he possibly can. And in the end, actually, that's not really going to help him, considering that True Shot is already going to be up from the Dwarven Sniper. Ooh, Broodmother just getting himself sent up there in the air, so a bit of a head spin. It's like the cold spin after if you have like too much ice cream at one point. I think that's a Shroud animation coming off once again. No, it's just it is actually the Assassin Shroud which has popped off. Only on top of Invoker right now, of all heroes who actually have it on top. The guy who actually has a permanent invisibility decides to actually go for that instead. Bottom lane pushing itself out, so they might try and push out this tier 2 tower while all the lanes are pushed for LGD. So they'll just form themselves up and try and take out this last tower which is outside the main base of Scythe. So they can actually try and get all this map control. Once again, we see an Assassin Shroud popping off once again. Batrider, this time is the guy who is affected by it. No one else around. And HYHY and Roy once again. They must be at a LAN cafe for this. I love that Red Rum as they say that LGD are massively outpicked. In saying that, it's a very, very close game. So it's really hard to actually say that actually outpicked. Sharky, ready to defend right now. Currently just sitting there next to the tower, waiting for this initiation to come out there. A couple of illusions, the mirror images, the Manta style images for SF, just popping off towards the side. Mana Leak coming out on top there. Dwarven Sniper loses up half his health as well as half his mana. Sharky waiting for his time to actually come off here. Won't be happy. His APM must be going down massively. Unless he's clicking on one spot and not even moving his mouse. Tier 2 tower should go down now though. There's no point in actually defending that one. Fight from the high ground, fight with the tier 3. It does more damage and it's a lot harder to fight from the lower ground, but they will give up the tower. So LGD quite happy with that one, move themselves in towards the middle lane. As Courier Roy, glad he put that shield on top. Could have actually lost that Vulture with the point booster flying back towards the main base. And that points booster is actually for VS, so he has managed to buy something other than wards. Manta style complete on top of Dwarven Sniper now, so 36 minutes into it. BKB Manta as well as MKB on top of Yamata. Bottom lane just being pushed out by the Broodlings. Actually headed up towards top lane now. Batrider hiding up on the higher ground, just TP'd himself out. 1200. Look at that tornado as well. Just follow the flaming trail and you can find yourself a Batrider, but he had already TP'd, so he was actually safe. So great insight from HYHY. Oh, another Assassin Shroud popping off once again. Smoker to see. Assassin Shroud. Ooh, I didn't say that. Shush everybody there in the chat. ES moving around with that as well. So seriously, these two boys hold hands. It's the second time we've seen these guys just hanging themselves around the secret shop, want to find an opening. Between the two of them, they have more than enough stun to actually bring down almost any hero on the map. Even SF will have a bit of a hard time trying to stay alive here, unless he gets his BKB off, at which point he will be fine. But unless he gets that off, he will not be fine. Still hasn't actually got that talisman of evasion as well as that quarterstaff. Once he has that, then things can be looking a little bit better. Well, she got back in the base now. Circle of power, not what we want to see. Quarterstaff. All right, so he just needs the talisman now. So not far off that, probably about 300 or so gold before he actually gets that one. But LGD looking like they want to push out this mid. Probably want a little bit more gold on top of the Shadow Fiend so they can actually complete this. But no, maybe this is what they're waiting for. Push the lanes out. Roshan is back up again. So the Aegis Immortal is now available once again for LGD or Scythe. So I can be careful now too as well with these lanes being pushed out. That's a big wave that's actually pushed out in this bottom lane, and that's nothing but Broodlings doing that too. It's just freaking pushing power, and Broodmother's there defending the middle lane, and Broodmother's actually said, wow, I'm going to mock you. I'm so going to mock you, SF. The one item you need to complete your item? That's right, I've got it. It's on me. But Butterfly on top of Broodmother is definitely actually going for that item to start with, to actually go for the Talisman of Evasion straight off the cuff. I actually highly agree with right now. It's going to make it harder to actually bring down that Broodmother, especially when he's attacking. It doesn't give him that massive extra damage that you'd normally expect from a Broodmother when he picks up that Eagle Horn or picks up the Quarterstaff. Because the Quarterstaff just in itself gets an extra 10 damage as well as the extra 10% attack speed. But it's just one of those things where you go, wow, what's more effective? Me staying alive or me actually ganking? At this point, staying alive is more important than in the big fights than actually pumping out raw DPS. That's going to come from Dwarven Sniper. Scythe don't need that just yet. They can deal with that later on in the game. It's like prep happening here for middle lane for LGD, 5 heroes. Once again, all there together, and there's a group shroud. It's a group shroud, and this is going to let them go straight past. Where's our wards? Where's our wards? ZMSJ has a ward. Scythe actually has no ward watching the Roshan pit right now. But they want to go in there and actually check. I think they actually thought that they're actually going for it, but they're going to catch out VS. VS should die right now. Even the Frost Wall goes off. It's not enough to actually stop him. Shackle Shot actually goes across, and will they be able to get this kill off here? Ravage doesn't pop off from CH, and Big Blast comes out from HY from the side. He is frosting over the top. Dust goes off as well. No one can hide right now. Big Familiar Blast, and the Meteorite drops from above, and HY does not have enough life to actually survive this one, and 2 down right now, but Pop goes the Weasel. Koi actually takes a fall during this one. Star did actually die on the way back out, but Sharky is on the hunt. He should be able to kill ZMSJ on the way out of here. SF doing his damage to Dwarven Sniper. He's actually managed to pick up a double kill right now. ZMSJ will be able to TP himself out. No, Sharky will now get himself caught out. No, he won't. SF doesn't want to actually push the point. They'll actually turn themselves around. Batrunner actually buying back straight away, so no one to waste any time whatsoever. HY moving himself back in towards the lanes. Wise thing to actually do so as well for multiple reasons. Actually, we'll have a save game coming out. Wise reason to actually buy back at that point. Mainly, the waves need to stay pushed out. If those waves go back, there's literally a free Roshan to LGD, and they cannot be fighting. If SF actually, even then we saw him with a freaking Mask of Death during that last fight. If he respawns himself over again, they have to deal with him all over again. They're not going to win the battle if the push does come into their main racks. So they need to keep these waves pushed out. And HY on that bottom lane, with his farm ability, in the space of about 2 minutes, he'll actually have that gold back again. So he, considering the 1 minute, I think he would have been on the sideline at level 16, or almost close to 1 minute. Yeah, it's more than effective actually to do that buyback. Not to mention, you got 4 minute cooldown. The buyback, may as well use it when you can. Just Roy, out of all the people that actually get caught out just then, and it's because there's no ward around here. What have we got? We got 1 ward up here from ZMSJ, and it's got massive vision everywhere. They do have the vision from the web. It's a small amount of vision that actually comes out from the bottom of the web, and there's your ward from Roy. So it does actually watch this movement around here. That's as far as the ward's vision actually flows. But they want to keep a little bit of tabs on moving around here. But the second they actually came up this section with the Smoke of Deceit, couldn't see it coming. So great play there by LGD, just across the river unseen. And this is one of the new items as well. I say new items, it was actually brought in a couple of months ago. But the Smoke of Deceit just slowly showing how it can actually be used in a lot of fights and a lot of big top matches as well, like LGD versus Scythe. It's the best in Singapore versus one of the best in China. But all Chinese teams, even if they're lower ranked, they still challenge the rest of the world. It's just the pure esports scene they have pumping over there. It's a breeding place for everything you possibly want. And now we're going to go for the Roshan attempt. This is what they've been waiting for as well. They know that this was going to happen at one point, and there's that web exposing it too. And even then, actually exposing the size off, and Nevermore images up. Just seeing the storm up there as well. Raw flies down as well. Roshan is almost dead just now. Raw off to the side as well, just so it doesn't actually help them kill Roshan. But Roshan is dead, and Shadowfiend has the Aegis Immortal. It's not what they wanted right now, and they can't fight just now. They didn't have enough heroes there. They had 3 out of the 5 they actually needed Scythe, and they were not ready for that. So will fall themselves back, and now we'll have to see if they can survive what could be the push to actually decide this game. LGD know it too, setting ES up in a bit of a spin. Wait for it, guys, because this is going to spin your head right now. LGD going to push through onto the tier 3 tower. The mid instantly just going off fierce. Sharky wants to bring down that SF. ES Fissure locks him back. Manta Style goes off as well, keeping that life steal even on the mirror images, making them even harder to actually bring down as amazing. Very, very low HP. He's got to be careful about this now. He doesn't want that ADC to pop off for no reason. They've got the tower down, so the Raxes are exposed, but they can't just push themselves down with no help whatsoever. The mech is there. We'll give them a little bit of burst of life when they need to, and that regeneration coming from the mech as well is really helping him. Not to mention he's got so much freaking life still up his sleeve. So one attack, just popping into the invis there, Sharky, so he doesn't actually get affected by that one. Dwarven Sniper coming back in again. Look for that scatter shot. Off goes the Whirlwind. Mana League on top of him too, bringing his mana down to almost nothing. HY is already bursting into a bunch of bones right now with amazing right in the front lines. BKB pops off as well. Sharky popped his off, trying to keep himself alive while this big wall of ice in the middle of it. Koi blinks himself in. Big ulti will damage himself around, but the Lich ulti going to bounce themselves right on top of all the heroes right now. SemiFinal managed to pick up Koi during the middle of all that. Buyback from Invoker, buyback from Earthshaker. Both teams want to keep the pressure on right now as they're pushing onto that mid-racks. ES Fissure goes down once again, pushing them back, but SF is just sitting on the high ground, just attacking that melee racks. TP support coming towards the high, and now this Broodmother TP's in, and will defend that range racks, but the melee racks is down, and LGD are going to be happy with that one, and they have actually fallen themselves back, because while saying that one, the tier 3 tower has been pushed up here on the top lane, which we will see now farmed up a lot more, but yeah, that is, that could have actually, if that battle lasted a little bit longer, that tier 3 tower on the top lane would have been gone as well. So keeping the pressure on now as Yamata farming up everything he possibly can. Manta, BKB, Ultimate Orb, 2800 gold. He has got to get himself something along the lines of massive DPS to shut that down. The biggest power of a Dwarven Sniper is that raw DPS. To just basically drop you in a heartbeat. So either got to get a Butterfly up, Barizia, I'd even actually like to see him pick that up. Yeah, there's got to be something else coming out. And Batrider, Ghost Scepter on top of him right now. That's just stayability. That's nothing but stayability right now. He can't really convert that one up unless he puts it onto somebody else, which Dwarven Sniper can have a great old time with a spell. Unfortunately, you can't actually use it for anything else because you can't physically attack someone once they're actually in that ghost form. So had to Decrepify from Pugna. Pop that one off, and there's YYF popping off the wards. I think he managed to actually forget to buy those 2 wards, so the entire thing goes back onto cooldown. Midshift Reaver currently being dropped back right now. Helm of the Dominator. Midshift Reaver is Shadow Fiend, so he will actually complete up what I will believe will be a Satanic sometime soon. Running himself around. There's that Satanic completed now. Treads. Wow, this is one big SF. Butterfly, Satanic, BKB, Manta, Aegis, and Treads. Soon he should actually sell those Treads as well and pick himself up BT, so he can actually open up that Aegis Immortal slot when he does actually lose that one for a last item. But 46 minutes into it, and Sean has already managed to farm that up. How are we actually going for CS score? Something I haven't even had a look at in a very, very long time. Almost 300. He's 1 creep stat away from actually hitting 300. 12 kills, 4 deaths, 9 assists for amazing. That is Sean. He is the strongest hero on the map at the moment. Next to him will be Yamatar, but look at Yamatar's farm. 376 for 18. He has got 5 deaths to his name, so he's a little bit behind and only 5 kills to his name, but his farm, as far as that goes, well above everybody else's. He's almost going to hit 400 for this one. Has taken a lot from his other team, though. You actually see like the 200 and 140 coming out there by LGD. As, well, hang on, top lane, it's about to push out right now. But as far as like Scythe go, Broodmother's the only other hero above 100 for farm rate. So they're the only 2 big heroes. This is the way Scythe actually play too. This is a dangerous point then for the game. As now the push is going to come through. TP support is going to come in. That's a big TP support. SF. He's just doing that raw damage right on top of the tower. The web goes down, giving a little bit more extra movement speed. That's the only reason he can drop that one right now, even though he can actually hide, and it's not going to help him out while SF is just ripping their racks apart. Ghost Scepter on top of Batrider right now, keep himself alive on the front lines, and that is a Skadi, I think, coming out. Yeah, it's a Skadi animation coming out while amazing. Pops off the ulti, does manage to pick up one. Yamatar does manage to bring down CH during that fight as well. Forced to fall back and still keeping that harassment there on amazing. There's big DPS going on top of him. That roar was not helping. Aegis Immortal does pop off, but there is still 4 heroes here from the LGD boys as SF reincarnates himself back up again, keeping that pressure on. Fissure and Blink straight back again. They're going to lose this top melee rack, and range will follow very, very shortly after. They need to heal up before they can initiate again, and Scythe are in a very, very bad position right now. They've lost their entire top racks, and now the rotation should come from LGD down, but no, they're going to fall themselves back. Be happy with that one, and TP will actually go down towards the bottom lane where SF will now push this down, and they'll go for what will be the third and final push here by LGD. Is so methodical to actually get that one out, because you've got to be careful though. They need another Aegis Immortal before they can probably push this one. You saw how much damage came out there from Yamatar with that Skadi being completed. He still has enough for another buyback as well, but it's just that point. Actually, oh no, oh stars. He did not want to get caught out. Right? Assassination does go off, BKB does come off, but Yamatar gets the last tip for him, and Star, that was a bit of a mistake. In fact, a massive mistake. That's an 80-second gap right now to loosen the tight noose that was being secured by LGD around. And yep, we'll see another save game coming out from myself. But yeah, that tight noose, which is around the neck of Scythe at the moment, it's released for a minute. They have a minute to make something, and if they can pick off another hero, it buys themselves another minute. And they can do that as well. The biggest thing they've actually got at the moment is to push these lanes out. They have Broodmother. They have the ability to keep that push going. What they've got to be careful about is this burst damage and stability from this SF. They need to shut him down instantly. Before this battle can even start, SF needs to die. Windrunner needs to follow, and then everyone else can go from there. Unless they can pick off the support heroes before they even get themselves into the fight, then things can go a little bit better for them, because even then a Lich ulti bouncing around is not a cool thing. Frost Armor, pain in the ass. Ravage, pain in the ass. Ooh, Medallion of Courage up there on Tidehunter as well. Just a random note. But it's just one of those things where you go, okay, we need to limit this down. The odds need to go back in our favour. At the moment, group fight, Scythe will not win. They can't win. It's just not going well for them. Actually, Broodmother now with an Eagle Horns are going to help him off a hell of a lot. Long into attack speed, he needs to get that Butterfly completed as well. But as far as like these big battles go, if Yamatar can't get open space to fire, it's over. Everything rests on his DPS, and everything else rests on the support of Scythe, able to hold the front line. So Koi's got to get those fissures off perfectly with the Blink, Dagger, Soul Ring, and Ghost Scepter on top of him too. He should have more than enough, actually easy enough time to actually do that. And of course, he can also burst damage those people down as well, pop off the Ghost Scepter, and then let off the fissures, let off the totems, let off his ultimate as well. It will do everything he possibly wants right now. Look at Batrider farming up that bottom lane very, very nicely as well. There's YYF putting an end to that one. Aghanim Scepter on top of him. But Sharky's down there on the bottom lane. He actually has enough money to complete his Butterfly now. So he'll be very, very happy with that one. Bit of farm coming out there from Lich and CH, the Tidehunter. Grouping up, just trying to bide their time. Wave's still going to push itself in that top lane. That's the biggest problem. Like you saw Broodmother pushing that lane out. You saw Dorma Sniper pushing that lane out before. You just knew that something bad was going to happen with this fight in the bottom lane. It's bad to happen. Oh no, CH! Magic Missile, 4-star push will actually save his life right now. Windrunner's hanging around, but the insatiable hunger from Sharky as well as BKB. He wants to go for it. Batrider now coming in over the top. Still pops off the blast, but he's a chicken and she will die. HY did not know the entire team of LGD was going to be there, but he should have known anyway. Dorma Sniper trying to have that open space. Has popped off the Manta to try and harass out that Amazing, who is now completely unstoppable, ready to push out this bottom. He's even going for an Assault Cuirass. You see the plate mail up there, give him extra armor on top of Frost Armor. Yeah, he's already plus 20, and he doesn't even have Lich's Frost Armor actually stacked on top right now. 45 seconds they've got to push down. No HY, and this could be very, very damaging right now. 28 to 19. This could actually be the push to end all pushes. Tier 3 tower. It's there, 51 minutes into it, and SF is going to lead the charge. Manastyle is on cooldown currently. Yamatar pushing him back. Tidehunter, got to be careful he doesn't actually die early on. In fact, he's already down to half HP, and that is a big, big problem when Yamatar gets that on top of him. Look at that speed as well. He's got the extra movement speed, and wants to get that Butterfly up. Yamatar now goes off. ES ulti goes off. Yamatar still getting the kills off, but ES is the one making it for everybody right now. SF does get his ulti off, but gets swapped himself up towards the high ground. That life steal is more than what Yamatar's got. He opens himself up for a little bit of space. If he can get one hit there, and oh, what a play from Sharky. Holds him off. Assassination on top of Tidehunter retreating, but Sharky was doing the big damage there on the big carry of SF. Now falling themselves back. Can they pick off Lich as well? Buyback from SF has already come. Did he have BTs? What is actually more damaging is this middle lane. Look at how much damage Firefly from HY. HY is doing whatever he possibly can to slow this pressure down. As I say that, Yamatar does manage to catch off Lich. And Windrunner as well. Oh no! Oh no, Windrunner, does he have the money to buy back? Does he have the cooldown to buy back? 38 HP, Sharky retreats on. Butterfly's completed on top of him. They need to get themselves back in to try and defend this one. This can be one epic finish if Scythe can stay on top of this one right now. We're going to have a freaking save game because I don't want to lose a second of this. But this is one hell of a close game. 29 to 24 is where the kill count board actually sits right now. But that means nothing. 2 racks down. We are 2 racks down against Scythe. But they just managed to hold off the attack with 4 heroes. Scythe got the position right. Roy once again with that ES positioning. Ghost-scepted, blinked in, ultied off. So much damage, everybody's low, and they're going for Roshan again. So easy to actually pick him off. And Anega's Immortal now on top of SF. That makes life a hell of a lot harder here for everybody. Yamatar wants to come up. Is there cheese? There's a candy cane. The candy cane is there. They haven't actually picked up the cheese, and they're going to pick up. Oh! 4-staff managed to get himself away, but the assassination doesn't. And there goes Invoker. And the cheese is actually, or candy cane, because it's still in Christmas mode, is actually picked up by the Earthshaker. So the spoils of the Roshan are actually split by the 200 gold. That's given to everybody on the Sentinel side. And LGD now lag up with that actually happening. Ping coming out, but White way up in CH. First time they've lagged as a pair. But that was one hell of a fight. Sentinel losing a couple of heroes, and the call of DC, we're going to have to see a relog here. So all those people who are like, oh, we need a replay, they're not going to get it for this one. In fact, the recording of this Shoutcast is going to be the only thing you can actually relive this game with, which is an awesome game. 29 to 25, while we're actually here. Let's have a look at the CS scores. 3 seconds counting down, we might actually lose them. 398 has actually managed to come up for them. So they voted to drop the laggers. Has been done. And we will probably see a remake coming out at this point. In fact, Stars is going to pause the game and find out what we're going to do. Call for a load. We've got to have a load. At this point, yeah, outside it. So we're actually going to leave the game and reload back into it. It's at this point, boys and girls, and all other creatures, which we can't describe as nothing but gamers, we all have to catch a breath. Scythe Gaming have one of the most hardest comebacks to actually try and do if they want to take this first game. They have worked so hard to get themselves to this point, but LGD, they have been beautiful in their play style. A couple of like weird maneuvers getting caught out, especially that last point, Invoker getting caught out at the front of the Roche pit. They thought it was all going to work for them as, oh, hang on. Not quite sure if that's actually my right game. No, it's not. Wish that guy would get that IO spot down. Basically, getting caught out a couple of times. Scythe, they've made themselves an opportunity right now. But what is going to make it even worse right now is the load is going to come just after Roshan went down. Just before Roshan went down. So there's the host coming up. Amazing for some reason hosting. There we go. Get rid of it. But yes, basically, the load is going to come just before Roshan takes the fall. So how the team's going to play? Will we actually lose Invoker again? It's going to be a big question. Will he get caught out? He only just got caught out at the end of that one through an assassination attempt. And he thought he was free home and hosed. Will the players actually say, you know what, I died then, I'll give you that. Candy Cane, it gets to go to ES. How's that going to go? We're going to find out. I'm going to jump yourself. Whoops, hang on. Host pot just dropped itself down again. So just trying to re-log itself in right now. I think it might have a little bit of trouble actually loading the replay, which is slightly concerning. We can't lose this here. And yeah, as far as this actually goes, like good sports would say, you know what, take my life. Take my life, take my candy cane. I grab the Aegis and get my ass out of there. So we just have to see if that actually happens. Who knows? Who knows? Oh, it's getting hot in here. It's getting really hot in here. I would take my shirt off, but my microphone's actually attached to it, and I'm also on camera, so we're definitely not doing that. Oh, whew. Need a drink. Need a drink. Needs to be alcoholic for this game. This is a really awesome game. Let's get back into it. Currently, we're just watching, waiting for the host spot to come up here. Spam up Alan, make sure everything's actually happening okay. Big shout out there to Eric as well, who's currently listening in. You know who you are. Actually, we're going to have a very, very short break, so I'm going to put the CyberGamer logo up there. People with the VOD, don't worry. Don't worry, you can skip about maybe a minute ahead. You'll be fine. Luckily, the VOD's all in one big go, so we're not splitting it up as we used to do. So, guys, back in just a moment. And we are back. Quite literally. Alright, alright. Alright, so we just have to upload the save file to the host spot, so then we can actually load into the game. Small detail of what we actually got to do for that guy. So, yeah. We've got a couple of moments to ourselves, boys and girls. So if you actually have anything we want to talk about in the IRC chat, feel free to go ahead. To give a big shout out to all the 4,200 people who are currently listening in live to this stream. I think we had a couple more than that just before. But yes, great to have you all listening in. So fantastic push, fantastic push. Big shout out to GGNet who actually gave me access to actually post up the live streams up there too. Of course, Mr. Blue making sure that went off very, very smoothly as well. Because if you haven't checked it out, go to cybergamertv.com. That is where all the, all my DOTA shoutcasts actually get publicised now. So if you want to know what's coming up, check out the schedule on there. Big shout out there to Asterix as well as Snap, who have worked very, very hard on this side to get it up to this point. Of course, also we were DDoS attacked very, very recently as well. So all the servers have been upgraded now. So this should actually be a little bit faster for you guys. So good things come out of it. Costs a crap load of money. But it does actually come out of it very, very nicely. So guys, enjoy the site as well. Post up on the forums, even random threads. I don't really care. Just use the forums. They're up there as well. If you do want to check out all the VODs, though, they are still all being uploaded to YouTube. We are creating a file library. It's still in the works for CyberGamer TV. But you can see the highlights, the latest matches posted up on the bottom bar. So on the main page of CGTV, you'll see, I think it's 5 or 6 clips which are up there. But they are still all hosted on the YouTube channel, which is the CyberGamer Network. So check it out as well. Subscribe up if you want to get an email the second the video actually pops up. They will all be appearing in big, full VODs now. We're no longer chopping and changing it all up. It will all be in one big VOD, so you guys can enjoy it that way. Thank you very much to YouTube for actually allowing us to do that as well. So it's great to actually get to that point. So still waiting for the bot to upload. In fact, we might actually split this VOD up, guys, into 2 pieces. I hate to do it that way, but I'm not quite sure how long this will take. So if you are watching on the CyberGamer Network YouTube channel, or if you are watching the VODs, guys, part 2. That's where you're not on the camera. Part 2. There we go. Coming up in just a moment, guys. So look for the link.